Welcome to Beacon English Podcast. Today, we are opening up a really remarkable stack of sources, all focused on one thing. It's this secret mechanism that seems to determine success in learning a language.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not grammar, it's not even listening practice. It's the simple, quiet act of thinking.
Right.
We're going to dive deep into what you actually say to yourself, in your head, and how that internal voice is either building you up for success or stopping you before you even really begin.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
For this deep dive, we're sort of stepping away from the mechanics of English, vocabulary, grammar, all that.
Okay.
And we're focusing entirely on the psychological engine. We call this engine the mindset. It's the foundational system that decides whether you experience effort as stress and you feel overwhelmed, or whether you see that exact same effort as progress and you just keep growing.
Okay, let's unpack that, because mindset can sound a little academic, a bit like jargon. But the notes here clarify that it's actually very simple. It's just the collection of feelings and ideas you have about something, like learning English.
For example, the idea, I am too old to learn. That's a mindset.
Right. Or, I just love the sound of this language. That's also a mindset.
And what's so crucial, what our sources all point to, is that we tend to fall into one of two primary states.
Two states.
The stuck mindset
Yeah.
and the growing mindset. And our whole mission today is to give you 3 immediate practical tools to move from being stuck.
Which feels safe sometimes.
It does. It's very comfortable. And to move into that state of consistent growth.
That distinction right there, the comfort of being stuck, that's where this gets really interesting. So let's start with the problem. The stuck mindset. You said it feels like being trapped in concrete. What does that voice sound like?
Well, the stuck mindset it's protective. I mean, when we feel overwhelmed, our brain, just to protect itself, it tells us that the difficulty we're feeling is proof of a permanent limitation.
So the voice says what?
The voice says things like, I am bad at this,
Yeah.
or I just don't have the talent for languages.
I will never learn.
Exactly. I will never learn.
And if you believe, if you really believe I will never learn, you just feel terrible.
Of course.
And what does your brain do when you feel bad? It gives you one simple instruction. Stop. Stop doing the thing that's causing the pain.
And that's the predictable outcome, isn't it? You quit. The stuck mindset turns what should be a normal challenge into a reason to just retreat. It makes effort feel like proof that you're failing.
So we have to introduce the opposite, the growing mindset. And I love the analogy the source has provided here. It's perfect.
The plant.
The plant. It starts small, right? Maybe just a fragile little sprout, but it grows a little bigger and a little stronger every single day. It doesn't really care about how big its leaves are today.
It's just focused on tomorrow.
Exactly. It just focuses on getting stronger tomorrow.
And the foundational difference, really, it's all in the language. The stuck mindset uses the language of being finished, of judgment.
I am bad.
I am bad. That statement is a full stop, a period at the end of the sentence. It's just the story is over.
Final. Done. There's really no hope in that phrase at all.
But the growing mindset, it's just to the language of process, of a journey. It leverages, neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to actually change. It says, I am learning this.
Wow.
That one simple substitution changing am bad to am learning, it immediately shifts your feeling from defeat to hope, to process. That tiny change changes everything.
Hope, and I think permission to not be perfect, permission to fail. That sounds like a really powerful switch. So let's get right into the tools the sources give us to help make that switch.
Okay, let's start with the first one. It's deceptively simple, but has this huge psychological power. It's what we're calling the magic word.
Tip number 1, the magic word is yet, Y-E-T.
Wow.
Now, most of us know what yet means, but we're interested in how you use it psychologically.
What's so fascinating is how yet works like a reset button for your identity. It means not now, but maybe later. But really, in this context, it just means this difficulty is only temporary.
Okay, let's use the practical example from the notes. Think about that common thought we all have when watching a fast English movie. The stuck thought is just, I do not understand. And that sentence, it just stops you. It makes you feel lost.
Now you just add that tiny 3-letter word to the end. The growing thought becomes, I do not understand yet.
Oh, that changes the whole energy. I do not understand.
Feels like a dead end. But adding yet,
Oh, yeah.
it just feels like you need more time.
Right. You just need to rewind or listen again. It frames your current situation as just a temporary spot on the journey, not the destination.
And we have to apply this to the biggest fears, right? The really scary ones.
It's the ones that cause the most pain. The truly crushing one is, I cannot speak English fluently. If you let that thought just sit there, it will make you feel depressed. It will
Yeah.
make you stop.
But the growing mindset tells you to pause and add the word, I cannot speak English fluently yet.
It's so simple.
It is. But adding yet opens the door for your future self to succeed. It takes that sad, heavy feeling away because it acknowledges that improvement is still possible. It changes a judgment into a hope.
Okay, but I have to challenge this a little because this is where a skeptical listener might pause. Isn't this just, lying to yourself? It's a bit of self-deception. How do we make that hope feel real?
That's a crucial question. And the credibility comes from two places. One is commitment, which we'll get to with our third tip, but it also comes from our second tip, which is all about how we think about failure.
Ah.
You can only really believe in yet if you see the mistakes you're going to make as necessary information, not as, personal defects.
That's a perfect transition. Okay, tip number 2. Dealing with the universal enemy of every learner, mistakes.
The common reaction, the stuck mindset reaction, is to feel stupid, to feel shame. You get shy, you hate the mistake because you think it means something bad about you, personally.
But the growing mindset, according to our sources, has this idea that just sounds completely backward at first. It says you should genuinely welcome mistakes.
It does. It loves mistakes
Yeah.
because it sees them as critical data. To understand why, let's go back to that central analogy from the notes.
The baby learning to walk. The notes mention a little cousin, Mia.
Little Mia. She's 1 year old. She's determined. And when a baby learns to walk, what happens over and over and over?
They try to stand up, they take one wobbly step, and then boom, they fall.
Dozens of times.
Yeah.
Maybe hundreds of times a day.
And when Mia falls, does the adult watching her yell at her? Do we tell her she's stupid for falling again?
You're not meant to walk, Mia.
Of course not. We cheer, we pick her up, we celebrate the attempt, we encourage her to try again right away.
Exactly. The fall is not a failure. The fall is just information. Mia's brain is using that fall as feedback. It's telling her, okay, balance was wrong there, foot was in the wrong place. Try engaging your core next time. The mistake is essential information.
So this is where we have to connect it back to ourselves as learners. We have to be that patient, objective adult for ourselves.
Yes.
When you use the wrong word or mispronounce something, you're not stupid. You are simply generating feedback for your brain. Your brain uses that mistake to say, okay, that word didn't fit. I need to try a different one.
What's so fascinating is that the mistake is actual proof that you're trying, that you're active.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not making any mistakes, you are probably not learning anything new.
The only way to guarantee 0 mistakes is to say nothing at all.
That's it. So you have to become, as the sources say, a good friend to yourself. Don't judge the fall, analyze the fall. The mistake just shows you were trying. And trying is the only thing that builds the skill.
So we have the identity shift, I am learning, we have the magic word yet, and we're treating mistakes like friendly information. But there's still this huge emotional obstacle, overwhelm. Learning English still feels like climbing Mount Everest.
That's the final piece, and it might be the most powerful trigger for the stuck mindset. It's what drives that perfectionism that kills all progress. And this brings us to tip number 3, which is the cure for overwhelm.
Which is?
Stop looking at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
That huge goal is just too big to even start. Instead, you focus only on the very next small step, just your feet.
I really loved the story in the sources about the man building a long wall. It breaks down this problem of scale so perfectly.
It does. So this man, he's a master builder, but he looks at this huge empty field where the wall needs to go, and he just feels overwhelmed.
He thinks, I can never build this. The job is too enormous.
He's completely trapped by the size of the final goal.
But then his wise friend comes along and offers this profound reframing. The friend says, your job today is not to build a wall.
Your job today is to lay one brick perfectly.
Just one.
Just one. And the man realizes, I can do that. One brick is achievable. So he dedicates himself to laying that one brick as perfectly as he can. The next day, he does it again. Just one more perfect brick.
And after many, many days of only focusing on the single task right in front of him, he looks up and this incredibly long, beautiful wall is finished.
So what does this one brick idea mean for an English learner who feels like they have to become fluent tomorrow?
It means we have to stop setting these huge goals that are impossible to actually do. If your goal is, I must study for 5 hours straight today, you are guaranteeing you will fail and feel bad.
You're making the wall too big to even start building. Instead,
we commit to the one brick goal.
yes, a tiny, Achievable action that takes all the pressure off. Your one brick might be, today, I will learn 2 new vocabulary words. That takes 5 minutes.
Or, today I will listen to one English song and just write down 2 lines I understand. That's a 3-minute action.
We're not achieving fluency today. We are just laying one perfect, solid brick.
And this small, consistent action is the key to defeating that perfectionism that demands we get everything right now.
And that tiny commitment changes everything. The growing mindset understands that the final wall isn't built in one heroic, exhausting push. It's built by the quiet, non-overwhelming power of one perfect brick, laid every single day.
If you lay just one perfect brick a day, 365 days a year, you will inevitably build something massive, and you'll do it without ever feeling crushed.
That brings us to a really beautiful summary, I think. This whole philosophy, it isn't just about trying harder. It's about reframing the struggle so the struggle itself feels good. It feels like progress.
Exactly. The growing mindset is not about being perfect today.
It's about understanding that effort is the strategy. Small, repeatable effort, not some magical natural talent, is the engine of learning.
Okay, let's do a quick recap of the 3 big insights, and then we have to leave you with a concrete action.
First, that identity switch. Move your self-talk from a stuck judgment like, I am bad at this, to a growing process statement, I am learning this.
Second, use the psychological superpower of the word yet to turn any weakness into just a temporary state. I can't do it yet.
Third, and maybe this is the most freeing of all, treat mistakes not as failures, but as friendly, essential information. Just like a baby falling down when learning to walk.
And the bonus tip, the antidote to overwhelm, just lay one brick every single day.
The entire journey is built on these small commitments. It's just about being a little bit better, even 1% better than you were yesterday.
Okay, now we want you to apply this immediately because it's too easy to just listen to this and feel good for a moment. We need you to take action.
So we're asking you directly right now, what is your one brick for today? Not tomorrow, today. What one small 3 to 5 minute English task will you commit to doing perfectly?
Maybe you'll write one comment in English on a video you watch. Maybe you'll send one single text message in English to a friend.
That small commitment, that one perfect brick laid today, it isn't just practice. It is the real, concrete start of building your beautiful wall of fluency. You are already a learner. You are already growing.
Focus on that one brick. We really hope these tools help you feel good and stay committed to your journey.
Keep laying those bricks. We'll talk to you next time.